Hi, I hope you're having a wonderful day. My name is Steve Major, and I'm here to talk to you about one of my favorite subjects and something I talk to my patients about on a regular basis. And that's the topic of fear and worry. As I say in all my videos, this is advice that I'm giving that I commonly give to my patients. And basically, if you find this advice helpful, that's great, but it's in my opinion and only my opinion. I also I want you to know that if you're in crisis and if you really need help right at this moment, that you should reach out for that help. If you need to call your crisis line or go to your local emergency department or see a health professional, that you do that. And that's something that's essential, that is important to me as a human being. So the topic of fear is something that I think is really important, especially in this world that we live in, where fear is something that we live by every day. And what I mean by that is even when, as a parent, I say the last things to my children as they leave the house, sometimes it'll be careful. So I think we live in a world where we're always mindful that there's risks, and we're trying to ensure that those people that we care about don't have anything harmful happen to them. So fear to me is a bully. So fear is is intangible, it's a response, and it's basically a subconscious thing that we even learn from childhood. In childhood, our parents are always telling us, be careful of this, be careful of that, watch out for the stove, it's hot, or watch out for this obstacle, you might trip, or the road is slippery. So that we live in a pattern that we're always thinking about risks, and that's not a bad thing. But it's important to understand that those risks we can mitigate. We can change our behavior to try to do our best to ensure those risks are under our control in some way. But when fear overcomes us, it really is a bully. It takes over our lives, and we live in a pattern then of worry. And the problem with fear and worry is that it takes us away from living in the present. And considering our life is only lived in this present moment, a lot of our life can pass away. And as an example, I have had patients that were fearful that they would develop cancer. For 20 years, I've been working 22 years now, and I've had patients that for their whole lifetime have been worried that they're going to develop cancer. So that whole pattern of fear of something bad is going to happen to me, something bad is going to happen to me, has dominated their lives to the point that it interfered with their ability to have a good life. And so what we need to practice is bravery. And I think as I've said in my previous videos or other videos, we just need to be brave and just live. So practicing bravery is a conscious decision. If we look at somebody who works in a high-risk job, such as a firefighter, it's not a normal thing for us to say, there's a burning building, I'm going to run in and try to rescue somebody. It's not a normal response. The normal response when there's something dangerous is for us to run away. So fear is a response. Fear is a response to a dangerous or a provocation or some sort of thing that there's possible harm to ourselves. But bravery is a conscious decision. We can all make conscious decisions to overcome our fear. So a firefighter, in that example, consciously will make a decision that they will overcome their natural instinct and their natural fear to run away from that dangerous situation, to go in and do what they can to help others. And so I think as adults, we can change the way we have a pattern, because fear is a pattern response. We've just learned from childhood that if something happens, we should be fearful. And we can change as adults. We always have the ability to change that to a bravery response. So what I encourage people to think about in terms of a worry pattern, because people worry all the time. If my adult children go out late at night to a club and they're having fun, I guess the fear for me is, are they going to get home safely? And so in a pattern of worry, maybe I won't sleep. I'll go to bed wondering when they're going to get home. Are they going to get home safely? So in that fear pattern, what I've taught myself is that the most important thing is to say that whatever happens in life, I'll deal with it. So practicing bravery is that in the normal scenario would be, what's going to happen? Something bad could happen. Most times, 99% of the time, something bad doesn't happen. We've expended all this energy worried about something, and it never comes to fruition, but we've wasted all this time stuck in this pattern of fear and worry. But yet on the other side, we've disempowered ourselves because we've said it to ourselves that we can't deal with the stress of a stressful event. So instead of being stuck in that pattern of fear and worry, start telling yourself, whatever happens in life, I'll deal with it. And the truth is that whatever happens in life, we do have to deal with. If something bad or tragic happened to me or someone in my family, I wouldn't have a choice. Rather than think about all the bad things that could happen, which is an endless list, I can just say, whatever happens, I'll deal with it. We can't predict the future. An asteroid could hit the planet tomorrow and we could all be in a winter from an extinction like the dinosaurs. There could be all sorts of negative things that could happen that I don't have any control of. And instead of living in that pattern of fear, I've made a conscious decision that I'm going to be as brave as I can, no matter the circumstances, and fight that fear, fight that bully, and say I'm not going to let fear control my life. I'm not going to let worry and fear take over where I'm to. Now, I'm not saying this is an easy thing to do, but as a human being, we have the ability to change and grow in innumerable ways. And I believe that anybody can overcome the obstacles they're facing. So if you're stuck in a pattern of fear and worry, you need to start by saying to yourself, I can do this. Whatever happens in life, I'll face it and I'll overcome it. No matter how stressful my life gets, I will do what I can. I only control me. So I don't know if this helps you, but I think the whole process that we're stuck into in this world of fear and worry is destroying people. It's destroying their ability to enjoy life. It's destroying their ability to be present in the moment with their family, their friends, and their loved ones. And I feel like if we can start making conscious decisions to practice bravery through our day-to-day living, that we'll be able to have an engaged and happy or more contentful existence than we are currently. I'm not sure if this makes any sense for you or resonates for you. I hope it does. But regardless, I want to challenge you to think that whatever you're dealing with in life, you have the ability to overcome that if you believe in yourself. So I'm hopeful. Again, I'd like some feedback. If you think this is information that's helpful to you, then you can send me some feedback. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And as I always say, I believe in you. You've got this. Be brave and just live. Thanks and have a great day.